One thing that I saw this morning that is very interesting, that one of the representative for some areas in Ondo South Senatorial District were beaten. And well, it's not what is right, but I think that is what is needed. For us to be able to save our country, everybody that is representing us, they must be questioned. If it's required them to be beaten when they come back, you should beat them. Because they sat down there, they are getting all the money, doing nothing. And that's why I kept saying that Nigeria does not have a constitution. Because the so-called representative of our people, they actually have nothing they want to offer or they want to deliver. They are just going there because of the money. Boroface that represent the Ondo North Senatorial District, what has he done? I met Boroface when he was in Atlanta a few years ago, before the election, last election, going to go to a governorship election in the state. He was talking in favor of, Senator Bola Tinubu. And I was telling him that the people of Ondo State cannot depend on what Tinubu is going to say. Everything that is going to happen in our state will depend on what our people want. And anybody that is going to the senatorial district in the Senate must be able to fight for what is right for the main people, every average people on the street. Because there's no reason why we're existing as a people where we cannot be able to make decisions for ourselves, why our community cannot be able to generate their own power, why we cannot be able to create our own job, why we cannot be able to attract investors. So anybody, even including Dr. Tunji Abayomi, that is vying for that same position now, I challenge him to do the same. If he cannot deliver what our people want, then he himself also is not right to be there. So anybody, whoever that is going to represent you, we have all the right in the world to question whatever they are there to do. And I call out everywhere in Nigeria, anywhere you can hear my word, you can listen to me, you can see what I'm saying today. If your senator have never delivered anything, you vote him out. If you require for you to tear him in pieces, tear him in pieces. Because they are destroying your own life and the life of your children and grandchildren. I cannot accept that people of Niger Delta, despite all the money we are making, there's no road. I was there. I am a good Nigerian I've never flew within Nigeria. So don't think I'm a rich guy that flew. I don't know anywhere. I knew almost every nook and cranny of Nigeria. If you drive from Enugu, you are going towards the south. My brothers, my sisters, that's nothing. I kept asking questions, how are the people here surviving? And if we cannot come up together and fight for what we have as a common Nigerian, then we have no country. Between Lokoja to Enugu, there was no road. So why are we existing as a people? Between Edo going to Delta, the road is messed up. Then why are we existing as people? If you have resources, the grant that is being mined from Nigeria, being taken to London, being taken to the Western world, and it cannot be used to the benefit of our people, then we need to fight for what we have. There's nowhere anywhere in the world, even in London, that somebody from Russia will come and claim what it belongs to people in UK. What do you think will happen? There will be the next world war. In fact, the First World War, the Second World War, people fight with Britain. We are not fighting the war that belongs to us. We're fighting the war between brothers. Because of what? Just land, property, money, and millions of people were killed. How much more will belong to us in our own land? And you fold your arm as elders. As elders, you fold your arm. As educated professors, you fold your arms. As lawyers, you fold your arms. As doctors, as pharmacists, as students, you fold your arms. You think all is well? I'm telling you, all is not well. The problem we are seeing today, the challenges that is up to the top of our neck today in Nigeria, our father failed to fight it. They judged it. They avoided it. They said, oh, that is the way it has been. Now, I was just reading about somebody in Nigeria that invested into the oil and gas program servicing. He was saying that the oil and gas company, the Europeans, the foreigners have too much power. Then we have to break that power into pieces. It is our land. It is not possible for Nigerians to go to Saudi Arabia to dictate what is going to happen in Saudi Arabia. The same way we cannot go to Britain to go and dictate what's going to happen in Britain. The same way we cannot go into Ghana and go and dictate what's going to happen in Ghana. So it is not possible for Britain to be now be dictating what's going to happen in our land, or for America to do the same. So anybody that have ears, they should listen. If this thing is not resolved, all the people that are operating oil and gas in that country, they will lose everything that they have. Because we are going to break everything that defined Nigeria from the beginning. We are going to put it on hold and define the first way, the primary way we are going to live as people. That is the only way African can survive. And if Nigeria does not rise to fight this, to define the essence of our existence by our people, why do we have it? Let me question something. If God did not know that we're going to need those things for us to survive and to be a better people, why does God created it? So it is time for us to question everything that is not allow us to survive or to live, to have right, to have freedom, to life, to liberty, to assistance, to love, to care, to development, to our own decision making. I call on the Queen of England to reason about this. If it's what his father did, she never knew about it. It's time for her to know about it and understand. We cannot continue to be a slave in our own land. Was she not there when the Britain were exiting out of EU? Was she not there when the Scotland were going to referendum? They want to get out of UK. So why are we forcing ourselves on ourselves? If Nigerian people, the Hausa, the Igbo, the Fulani, the Thief, the Igbo, the Biafran, the Yorubas, the Egbas, Irobo, Ijo, Ishekiri, the Katas, the Songos, if they cannot make decisions by themselves on how they want to be governed, then we are not existing as people. I call on the Obas, I call on the chiefs, I call on the emirs, whatever you belong to. It is time for us to reason, why have we not grown? We have not grown because you have not. Our father did the wrong thing, and we are going on the same path. We cannot continue this way. Before you that is an Oba today, I love Oni of Ife, the young, vibrant king, and I'm challenging you, sir. Kabisi, Kadepelori, Kibata Pelese, Kiruke. Egbe, Egbo, Eto. I want you to listen to us. It is time for you to call on everyone that have ears to hear. I'm begging on the Yoruba leaders, the Afeniferes, the OPC group. It is time for us to reason how we want to move forward. We cannot continue to pretend that all is well with the nation Nigeria. When millions of our women are being raped, when millions of our mothers are being killed, when many of our children are being sent to self-slavery in a nation of this 21st century, and you fold your arms as a king, and you fold your arms as a governor, you fold your arms as the elders of our community, you fold your arms as a lawyer, you fold your arms as a judge, you fold your arms as a doctor, and you think because you have your children in London, all is well. Where will those children belong? All those people that have sent their children to London and those today died in Nigeria, where are those children today? Because when you don't build your root, you are lost. Because they failed to understand that we have to build our root. We have to build where we come from. That is what defines who we are. It was the day Obama appreciated that he needs to identify his root. It was that moment he knew that he has a place to have to be in life. It was that moment he knew that he's going far. And because we have failed, that we have to identify our root and build our root. That's why we have not gone far. So if you are a young person, you are in your 20s, and you have never seen how Nigeria were, and you are shouting behind all these people, I'm telling you, you see what you are suffering now? Your children will suffer more than that. If you do not stop that nonsense that you are doing and question them, I mind slapping them, slap them to question them, to correct them, because they are destroying you, they are destroying the children, their children unborn. That is what I want you to understand. If the Oba in your community is doing something wrong, question him. Or your Messi, that was the government that were pressing before the European came to our land. Or your Messi, we question the Obas. Oba depends on what the community says before he takes to the Council of Obas, where the Otumba, they will see, all of them will be there. And they will make decisions based on what the Obas of the community wants. For us to go beyond the struggle we have now, we have to define our own democracy. Let me give you an instance. I've been in this country for close to 8 years. I will tell you, that's what is called democracy is just in paper. Democracy is capitalism. And what we read in Nigeria as democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. That is what all of you is running around doing. But I'm telling you what is called democracy. That we have to define in our own way, and that to be defined by our own people. And it has to be built in a way that is more formidable and better than whatever Americans claim they have. Because our Yomisi is actually better than what is called democracy today. So, which means that we can do things right. And if you have never known the history of our people, don't be surprised. We were the one that brought civilization to the Western world. They came to the coast of Africa, West Africa. They saw the kind of life we are living, and they were amazed. They got our gold, our diamond. That's why you see, in Lagos, they would be singing, "Your Baba and Tawa to be gold, gold." We have been mining gold. Most of our fathers that are in their 90s in my own community were born in Lagos. We'll be traveling. Then it took days. What am I saying? we define our own democracy. We define the way we want to go and how far we want to run. Every aspect of our economy will be will be structured around people. And we can make it happen because we have the population, we have the resources, we have the mental ability. We just need the will. And it takes you as a youth, it takes you as a mother, it takes you as a brother, it takes you as a father, it takes you as a leader to come to the sense that we cannot continue like this to be a surviving nation. If they are deceiving you and they are telling you that, oh, leave it the way it is, it's going to be better. If we do not rise up, it's not going to be better. I will give you a short story. When I was growing up at a young child in the early 80s, Nigeria was saying, oh, it was better than this. Going to middle school in GSS classes. Elementary school, we were not paying anything because I have the slate, I have the book from the government. Our parents just pay student levy. That's how much we pay in a year. Student levy, maybe it's 10 naira. My first year in college, I pay only 250 naira as a tuition. It's not too far ago. It was just 2099, 2000. So what has changed? Okay, they are charging you thousands of naira now. What is that thing that is new in the school? It is corruption. It is corruption. The school is supposed to be framed in a way that they can be able to generate money by themselves without taxing the school, taxing the students so exorbitantly. There are supposed to be research and development in each school, wherefore investors, companies can be able to rely on them to produce new innovations, so they can be able to produce more product, produce more, provide more services, and at the same time be able to recruit the students to fulfill their job in their offices. Because the framework has been destroyed. The so-called Nigeria University Commission, they don't even know what they are doing. Curriculum that have been done, they have been using since 1960 is what they are still using still today. Because the people that are there, they have no mental ability to reason, to think, and to know. And because they don't want Nigeria to function. I was listening to an idiot article was saying that because it was in government, it can build a university, and the idiot Obi was supporting him in a country that we say we have a nation. He do things wrong. He was in port authority and he has his own business in the same port. He was a president, he built his own university. That is corruption of the highest order. If Gani Fawehinmi could be alive today, if Pa Abraham Adesanya could be alive today, Tinubu, Pa Tinubu or Baba Tinubu, what has gone wrong? We were growing up knowing you as a champion that was going to be like Awolowo. What would have gone wrong? Wealth, money does not take anybody to anywhere. Integrity and value is the only thing that will be left with you. Doesn't matter how much money you have, Tinubu, or you want to live for your children. If even the children are not careful, they will be vagabond. But when you build a nation on value, on integrity, your name will live to be remembered for the receipt as long as men are living in the land. Awolowo has been gone since 1987. Even you still call Awolowo name to today. Who will call your name when you are gone? Bode George, Bode George, sir. You came to my community in 1986 to come and commission a borehole. I'm from Okeagbekoko. I was just in primary 2. We ran to go and meet you. We celebrated in that community. What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong? Is it because of money? Is it because of position? What will you tell your children? Oh, sorry, what will your children hear or be able to remember when you are gone? Where would they remember? What would they remember? Or what will be written about you while you are gone? You professors in college, you are mounting the affair of that school. What has been the development in that school? But Freddie Fashion, I remember you. You led the Odua People's Congress, the first fashion. Every time I want to pick paper, I want to read about you, Freddie Fashion, Tinubu, Beko Bakosam Kuti, Gani Fahimi, Femi Falana, Professor Wole Soyinka, and others. I want to read about them then. I called you to listen with me. Then we were just in our tents, teenagers. We're proud to have you in our front, including Dr. Tunji Abayomi. I called you. What has gone wrong? You stood to fight the military. So why can't you stand to fight in the civilian regime? Is it because of money or position? Oh, well, because you are afraid your children could be killed. What is more worse? Is it now or then? Awolowo and Uhuru fight the British when they have no power by themselves. They are just mere citizens of Nigeria with no influence, with no connection, just because they went to school in London, or some of them went to school in the United States. No? But they stood and they fought. So what is going on? Why have you left Yoruba people? Why do you decide to celebrate religion or money more than the people? I want all of you to understand one thing. Before we were claiming any religion, we were first born a particular person. You were first a Yoruba man, or you were firstly born as an Igbo man. So when you were born, you were not born a Christian, you were not born a Muslim, you were not born a traditionalist. You were taught. Whatever you believe today, it taught you to believe it. Many of you were spanked to have it. Which means it's not natural. So what you were born to be is your religion, it's not religion. It's the way of life of your people. It's the way of life of your people. If you're born to Yoruba man, you are Yoruba man. And by that they are cautious. That nobody forces on you. You just know that this is a culture of our people. Let me know if any concerns come up, because people have been practicing over thousands of years. Don't be surprised. If you are a Muslim today, they used knife, cutlass, bow and arrow to make your fathers to have that religion, including my grandfather. My great-grandfather was an imam. They took entire family of Yoruba people to slavery, including my great-grandfather. In the name of what? The name of that same religion. There are Yorubas in Maiduguri that was taken as a slave. In the name of what? In the name of that religion. And at the same time, millions of our people, the Yoruba people, was taken into slavery into North America. In the name of what? It's all started in the name of religion. For wealth, for money. And the ideology that is destroying the mentality of black race is because our history was erased. Who we are was erased by the European. Making us to think that we are not people of a genuineness in us. And I'm standing to let you know that is not true. We have had a standard system in place before the European came to our land. We had a system of government that is better than what we currently have in the history of the world. We have had, there was places where there were street lights. In fact, in Benin Empire, before the European arrived, and there was no street light in anywhere in the London. So, if anybody is fooling us to understand or to believe that we're ordinary people with nothing, I stand to say no. And on this note, I call on all of you that have mentioned your name, if you are still living, and if anybody can hear me, and you have ability to hear me, share what I'm saying. It is time for Yorubas. The way Igbos are coming together, we need to come together and decide where do we want to go from here. Professor Soyinka, where do we want to go from here? Pa Abraham Adesanya was shot. If he's alive today, what would you tell him? Pa Frederick Shasheun, Kábíyèsí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀, Kábíyèsí Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, Kábíyèsí Ọba Benin, Kábíyèsí Olúpòpó ti ìlú Pópó, Onísàbẹ̀ ti ìlú Ìsàbẹ̀, Kábíyèsí Ajérò of Ìjérò, Kábíyèsí Aláké of Ẹ̀gbá, Kábíyèsí Oyèmẹ́kùn, Kábíyèsí Èwí of Adó, Kábíyèsí. I greet you all, but I want you all to understand where people are crying. People are dying. People are dying. Will you fold your arms and let this pass in the name of religion, in the name of tribalism, in the name of title, in the name of money? Will you fold your arms? Why can't we correct the wrongs of our fathers? Yes, let us even assume that the treaty was signed by your great-great-great-grandfather, and it was wrong before they didn't even know how to read when they were signing a treaty. Who read it to them? What did they even know how to read? Were they Westernly educated to understand what they were signing? Which means the British was pushing things to us that we never understand. So how do we go into an agreement, into a relationship without knowing the content of a relationship? So I call on the lawyers. Pa Obasanjo, I know you understand whatever I'm saying. I know whatever I'm saying today, Pa Obasanjo, I appreciate you so much, but I cannot stop telling you this. The fact that you are one of the most unfortunate Nigerians to lead our country through different times, as a military man, as a civilian. But unfortunately, during your time, In the first time, we took land that belonged to the common Nigerian to we take it to government, which government that does not exist. And everything that goes around that defines us as a nation today, that makes us so be so bad, happens under you. I want to believe you are in your 80s. It's very close. You'll be called. Are you allowing what we are saying, people are saying today, to continue without correction? How will you be so proud that you are Yoruba man? A fight for your people. How will you allow that no matter what might be the situation that led you to do many things the way it was done, then it is time to call our people out and say we need to stand against this. I did this wrong, but I am time ready. That you have to be corrected. Okay, will you say because you have property in the United States, in London, or you have alliance with some people, or because of that, then whatever is going on, you cannot undone it? But of course, you undone that of Atiku. It was written in your book that Atiku is this, but you came back and said, okay, that what you wrote is right, but now you are changing this. The same way you have to come out and make Nigeria work, make Yoruba people to be liberated from the slavery of more than 100 years, because we will not take it. Again, the caliber of people that have been so fortunate in this country. As a Yoruba man, I will talk of W.F. Kumuyi. You own deeper life. I respect you, sir. Holiness without, nobody shall see Christ. Despite all the preaching of years, I appreciate you. One day you came out, you said, oh, some things of your doctrine were wrong. This was things. That is an integrity that could own to his own wrong and come to the entire world and say, this is not what our way is supposed to be. This is how it has to change to be. That is an integrity.